It just went live. Play music. Play music.
everyone, and welcome to the Ann Lynn Show. And I am Ann. And as you see, I am here by myself. Oh, goodness. I want you to all keep Lynn in your prayers and thoughts today. She is at home recovering from her total knee replacement. It went good, and but she's a little under the weather, so we are gonna let her take the day off, I guess. Good grief, I guess she's earned a day off today. And did you see my little camel? It's hump day, and that means it's the Wednesday, and it's time for the Ann Lynn Show. And I want to say welcome to everyone. Today, our special guests are going to be Jerry and Susan from Butler Family Farm. And I tell you what, hey, Glenda, if you're there, why don't you please see if you can get a hold of them? I'm waiting on them. They haven't come up backstage, so I want to be sure they got the memo to meet me here today. So if Glenda, if you can do that for me, I'd appreciate it. And so until then, hey, today's hump day. And do you know what today also is? Today is straw drinking day. Drinking straw day. Woohoo! And I've got two of them here. I've got my big fat one that I use for shakes that I make. And then, okay, hold on a second, Glenda, I will send you something. And then I've got the one that's wrapped in paper that I got from the restaurant. So my question to everybody was, this morning, I posted on our community tab, was, can you still get plastic straws? Because I know some states have gone to just the paper straws only. And not my favorite straws. I don't really like them. But, you know, hey, that is what it is, right? So let me see. Okay, I got to do a little business here, y'all. Just hang with me for a moment. And I have to find, I'm trying to think how I can do this the easiest. Whoa. Okay, Glenda. Glenda's going to help me out here. Anybody have Jerry or Butler Family Farms email, or maybe you have their phone number? Just let them know that we are live. And I am waiting for them. And okay. I'm looking here. There we go. Hold on, Glenda. Woo! I got a new camera that I'm using, and it is bright. The light on it is very bright. Hey, first of all, too, can you hear me? I need to go over here. I want to be sure in chat. Everybody hear me okay? Jessie and Lisa. Everybody, you all hear me okay? Oh, I was live streaming on Instagram, and we're going to hang with it for a little while and see what's going on. Today was going to be my first time trying Instagram. Says it's having a little trouble. So bummer. Okay. Hold on with me here, y'all. Let's see. Glenda. If you go, hey, let me just do it like this, honey. If you go over to their channel, their email address is on their channel. Okay, so if anybody knows them, maybe has their information, then please go over and let them know that I am waiting on them. I haven't seen them yet. So, and I have 11 of you here waiting. There's 11 lovelies here today. I need to go over here to chat, and I'm going to do it on my phone because y'all, it's so tiny. I can't hardly see it. All right, so I've got, let me go up here. Beverly Moffett, she was the first one in today. And then we have Pete and Jay's Homestead Adventure. They're going to be joining us in the future. Canadian Family Life. And then Grace and Fire, Glenda, Lazy Days with Jesse and Lisa. They will be here next week. Right, you two? I have you down for next week. Okay, 10 o'clock Eastern. And then Scotty Too Hottie. He's here today. Hi, Scotty. And Grow Big TV. Welcome, Grow Big TV. That's what we want to do. Kimberly is here. And I don't want to miss out anybody else. I know Lynn is probably watching or at least listening from home. So we just keep her in your thoughts today. It's been tough. That knee replacement. Oh, hey, here comes Jerry. Woohoo! There he comes. I'll introduce them here in just a minute. I'm so glad. Now listen, I hope you all brought your snack. We're still going to have snack time. And do you know, this is our first interview show of the new year. Yesterday was Lynn and my 5th anniversary on YouTube. So we put out just a blooper, reel of bloopers. And so that's just for you all to enjoy. And I hope today you'll give us a thumbs up and be sure to share this and like it and comment and jump in the chat. And so anyhow, I don't want to wait any longer. I have Jerry. Is Susan there with you? Have we got Susan? All right. And here we go. Butler Family Farm. Woo-hoo!
Good morning. I apologize. I thought it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're Central, so I was thinking 10 o'clock Central.
Oh, Central, it would be 9 o'clock, right? Because it's 10 here.
No, it'd be. Yeah, I just thought it was 10 o'clock Central is what time we were going on, not 10 o'clock Eastern.
That's okay. I'm glad we were able to get you. No problem.
Well, Jesse called me.
Oh, I appreciate that, Jesse.
And to let me know that you were waiting. I went, what? That's 10 o'clock Central, I thought. He goes,
no,
I don't think so. You better double check it. And I thought, I looked at it. So,
yeah. Well, hey, we're so happy to have you guys with us today. And I know that you all have a lot. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
Good
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing fine, thank you.
Have you got dogs up there in your bed?
yeah, and Annie's the Great Dane's in bed.
She's beautiful. She is beautiful.
That's her daytime station. So.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the video of, the short that you had with all 4 dogs in bed. And I thought that was hilarious. And I could relate to that because we've done that before. Not that many, just one big dog, but one big dog is enough in bed.
Yeah, we usually sleep with 3 in our bed. And two or 3 cats on top of that. Oh
my gosh. Yeah, you are. You're animal lovers as we are too. We love our animals. So I want you just to tell everybody a little bit about Butler Family Farm. Going to pretend that I never heard of you before. Why should I want to watch your channel? Tell me a little bit about what y'all do. And you guys do a lot. You have a lot.
Well, we started our channel about a year and a half ago, and it was just to be messing around. And then we got into the swing of it and started doing the videos. And we said this would be a really good way to share what we're doing with our family. I have family on the West Coast as well as Jerry does. And then we have family in the Midwest and, friends here and there. So it was a way we thought of, sharing all of that. And I think we have more subscribers that are non-family members than we do family, but that's okay because the grandchildren down the road can, look and see themselves as they're growing up because they're in their
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's the purpose of the channel.
Yeah,
Well,
actually, our date is October 29th.
Oh!
Is when we started it.
Day after my birthday.
So then we
Good
just started
time of the year.
Started getting into the swing of what YouTube's all about, and we thought, well, we don't have anything else to do. Ha ha ha! As we're both retired, so we'll do
Yeah.
videos, right? So
Yeah.
that's where we're at.
So our channel has basically everything we do.
Our livestock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, our livestock, or what we're repairing on, what we're working on. Really, we should have started it back when we first bought the property in 2004. Actually moved here in 2006, and we should have started doing videos then. And we were just so busy, we didn't even think about recording what we were doing. We were just trying to get. Well, we started off cropping it, and I went to school.
We were both working also.
Yeah, we're both working off farm, and I went to college and got a degree in agriculture. And so I would know what I was doing on the farm. And
That's great.
we were cropping it for 8 or 9 years. We cropped it. We had soybeans and corn and wheat on the property. We had combines, and we combined it and stuff. And then one day I told her, I said, I'm getting this is getting to be a little old cropping, because there's a lot of work to cropping crops and stuff. And it's just time wise and
sure.
You have to negotiate with Mother Nature to be able to do things. And our property, we don't have any rock on our property, so it's when it gets wet, it's wet.
It's wet.
Yeah.
Big puddles.
Yeah, we have puddles in places. So, and water sits here on our property a lot far longer than it does on other property. We can get an inch of rain here, and it's like 3 inches of rain.
Oh my!
It takes a while to percolate through the ground. It takes a while to run off. We're flat. There's a 5-foot difference from one end to the other end of the property, and the property is 3/4 of a mile long by 1/4 mile wide.
So it's flat. Now I know there was a time when Dave and I lived in Missouri. We lived at Liberty, just on the other side, right there by Kansas City.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot of caves. And so, do you have any caves?
Across the street from us is an old mine shaft.
We have mines down.
We have mines down here.
Oh.
And where we're actually sitting at back in 1953 and before, used to be what they call the Neosho Block Company. They used to make concrete blocks here, and they would get the chat from the mine shaft when they were mining out the zinc and the lead. They get that out of the mine shaft. They bring it across the street here and make block with it. So we have a mine shaft that's, I don't know. I was told it's several miles of fingers that go all over the place. And it's fills up with a lot of water also.
I imagine. And I just wondered then. So your water doesn't run off to it then?
No. Our water on our spot runs to the west and runs into, we have a creek, what do you call it? I guess a runoff creek that runs through the middle of the property. It runs into the west in the middle of the property, and then works its way north. It ends up in Shoal Creek, which is the water supply for Joplin.
Oh, so now do you all have a well?
Yes, we have 2 wells on the property.
2, yeah. Wow,
Water,
two of them. That's great, huh?
I said we have well water.
I grew up with well water. Lynn and I did. We had a well as a kid, and hey, it was good water. It was really good. Hard, kind of turned everything yellow, but it was good water.
We recently just got a water softener.
Oh,
and when they tested it, our water hardness was what they call number 17. And the guy who came out here and tested it said the hardest he's ever seen was 13.
Oh my goodness!
So,
well, you're gonna love that softener.
We had a calcium buildup one time where we had to have the plumber come in and I had garden hoses running all through the house. They
Back
had
flush
to
everything.
back flush everything.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's 2 days. 2 days of
Yes.
water going in and out, back and forth, and everything else. So
Descaling it all.
yep.
Yep, descaling. So you have 116 acres.
Yes.
That is a lot of land.
Well, our original intent was for 75 because in the state of Missouri, a landowner can get hunting tags if they have 75 acres or more. And that was our minimum was 75. And we just kind of fell into the rest of it. So that's why it's
Yeah.
so big.
A friend of mine was already moved out here, and we come out here to look at pieces of property. He said, I found 75 here, 80 here, 90 here, 160 here, whatever. And we come out, and I come out on a weekend because I was a sales rep.
Yeah.
And so I drive out here, and I can still do my job in the truck driving out here. And I leave on Thursday, be here Friday morning. Take us 24 hours straight through to get here. And I would drive out here with a friend of mine, and we come out here and we go out and check the property out. And I would do the looking at the property, and then decide if it was what we thought it was good or not. And then I would go from there. Our original first place we really looked at was 160 acres. And the guy said it was 80 acres of open land and 80 acres of woods.
Wow.
And it was rolling hill area. And I went down I had already bought a horse and I had it at my friend's house, and we went down to ride the horses on the property, and all we could find maybe was 8 acres of open land. It was all solid woods. Under the canopy was in the middle of the daytime was like pitch black. There's no sun got down to the ground at all. So I contacted the guy. I made him an offer, but he didn't. He said no. There's 80 acres of open land there. I said, dude, have you ever seen this place? He goes, no, I'm in New York. I've never been there. I said, well, then you ought to take us to somebody who's actually been on your property. There's not 80 acres of open land.
Wow.
So Susan said that if we bought that, it would be probably 5 to 10 years before we got all the trees removed that we want removed in order to be able to have either crops or grass. And at that time, we weren't sure what we were going to do.
Right. Yeah, I would think it would take a very, very long time and a lot of big equipment to try to clear that land. Yeah, that would have been quite something. So you have, how many cattle do you have now?
30.
Right now our herd is 35.
35?
Yeah,
No.
we have 33 out. Well, about 30.
About 30 to 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someplace in there. We have to go out and count all of them. And it all depends. Also, there was a baby born last night too.
Oh.
We're always waiting on babies.
Oh, yeah, I guess with that big of a herd, that's a pretty good size. And you have goats and you have donkeys. Which is the spitting one there? What was her name?
That's llama.
That's the male.
A llama. Oh, yeah, that's right. The llama.
Yeah, that's what we have right now. We're down to 2 llamas. The springtime, we're going to start looking for some more females. So, but the llamas, I got them. Well, we got the goats first when I was going to school. I got them from the school. I bought them from the school, the college. And because we had real bad poison oak here. I mean, real bad poison oak here. And they told me that the goats would help clear up poison oak. So we got the goats and we were seeing coyotes all over the place and stuff. And I thought, everybody said, "Oh, get a dog." Well, I already have. At that time, we had 6 German Shorthair pointers.
Oh,
we used to raise German Shorthair pointers in San Diego, and we had 6 of them. But I didn't want them out there, guarding the herd because they're not that type of dog.
Right.
It's up front. It's on the north end.
Right. Yeah, and the herd was at the north end, and I didn't want to have to go out and feed the dog special.
Yeah.
The dogs just need the same thing as the goats do. So I thought, let's get a llama because llamas are guard animals. We can put the llama with the goats and stuff, and that way they eat the same thing the goats do. So if there's a real cold, snowy day, we don't have to go out there and make a special trip to feed that dog.
That llama will make sure that dog is okay, huh?
Yeah, the llama will take care of the goats. So
Wow. Or the goats.
yeah, so that's why we got llamas. And then when I was going to school, I did a school trip, and the lady said that llamas shouldn't be by themselves, and they should have more than one llama. So we picked up a couple more.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
So one thing led to another then to where you
Right.
are today. Yeah.
and now
Wow.
we're both retired.
Yep. Both retired, and so Susan's semi-retired. She still has 2 jobs actually 3 jobs she works,
They're
and
just little jobs.
she works at home. One of the jobs she works at home. The other job she works for a friend of mine who has a trucking company, and she goes up and helps him do his books one day of the week.
Well,
So, and then she has she works off and on for a friend of hers that doing paperwork.
I think when you do retire, you are busier. At least that's how my life has been.
Yeah,
You know, my husband, he's not retired yet. He's a little younger, so he's gonna keep working. He wants to keep going until he's 70. So he's still got a ways to go. So, but I retired, and I do keep very busy.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And a good friend of mine, gal pal, she told me the same thing. She said she was amazed. She goes, I'm busier now than when I worked a full-time job. And I said, that's how it goes, Grandma. That's how it goes, you know.
That is
And yeah. And so I've been going back and look at your videos, and your latest one was processing the chickens.
Right.
And that's hard for me. I was traumatized as a kid. No, I'm joking. My mom and dad did that one time, and oh my goodness.
It was done differently because my grandmother used to do it, and we used to help with it. And the way she did it was not the way they did it there. She grabbed a chicken, cut its head off, and let it run around the yard.
Right. That's what my mom would she said her mom could just snap their necks and that would be it, you know. So she went out there and did that. My mom and dad, or our mom and dad, Lynn, a little bit like Desi and Lucy, where Lucy and her girlfriend were always doing something wild. Well, that was kind of our mom and dad. They were always, we're going to be chicken farmers, and you know, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to try. And they were adventurous, if nothing else, and gave us a wonderful childhood. But I will never forget the smell and the visual of them of her chopping the necks off, and our dog chasing them, and the bodies still going. And then the next thing, it's like guts in the kitchen, in a bucket in the kitchen. And anyhow, them old chickens were tough. She couldn't even pressure cook them. They were just tough. They were terrible.
Were they laying hens that they did that to?
You know what? I don't know. And you know what? They could have been. Now, we got them as
difference.
It is very possible, because I'm not sure they would have known the difference. I do recall, though, we had a really hilarious story about that. I think Lynn was probably about, 16, maybe 17. And there was 3 of us kids. And so we lived about 6 miles out of town on a dirt road back then. And so mom and dad were going to go to town. So my brother and I went with them, and dad told Lynn, now, if it's supposed to rain. Now, if a storm blows up, make sure you get, you just be watching them chickens. Well, while we were gone, we had a hailstorm, and a lot of the chickens did not go into the coop. And so they got literally beat to death by this big hail. Mm-hmm. And so when mom and dad got home, dad was so upset. He said, did you not know to get them in there? And Lynn was like, she goes, she's just a kid. She goes, well, I thought they were smart enough to know to get out of the rain, But the ones that lived, they were like crooked, and their chicken legs grew crooked, and that was those chickens. They were a mess. So that was an adventure. But oh my! So how many did you end up butchering?
Well, that was Jan that did that. They did 32 or 33. Simply Jan's homestead.
Yeah,
those were her birds, and
Oh,
Pure Okie was there from Oklahoma. She was there helping JB, and Let's Trade Paint, Sean, and Rebel at Heart, Kelly were all there helping them.
oh my.
And Brenda Freedom
Freedom.
Redbird was there also, and they were there helping them do all the stuff. So we were just there to look at it. She'd been talking about it for a long time, and I keep thinking, no, I don't want to do it. I don't.
Yeah.
I remember I had those same memories that you had. I don't want to smell. I don't want to do that. I'm thinking, no. So she keeps saying, well, we got to raise our own birds. And I went like, yeah, sure. One of these days, So when Jan said that she said that she's the clean bird, going to process the birds, Susan said, well, we got to go watch it and see if you think it's still as bad as it used to be. And I went like, yeah, sure, okay, fine, So we went up there to watch it. So
did it traumatize you, or did it bring back memories?
I watched it and I thought, well, this isn't that bad, because I used to raise rabbits. I put myself through high school raising rabbits. I used to have 300 breeding rabbits.
Wow.
And, I would butcher 25 on Saturday and 25 on Sunday. And I always had a list of names that people want buy meat rabbits. So it would be, butchering a rabbit is so much faster and so much easier than a chicken. And you don't have to have the hot water, and you don't have to pluck feathers. And, and I thought, I guess, and, I'm not really sure I want to do chicken, because like I said, I remember the smell, and the smell was what bothered me,
Yeah.
Well, when we watched them do it, they kept changing water. They had two burners and changing waters and stuff. I thought, well, I guess we could try it, but I'm not in for buying all the equipment and stuff. And of course, Jan said, oh, you can borrow ours. And I thought, well, I can, their plucker is a barrel plucker, which is pretty good, except for it. To me, it's messy, because it's a lot. You have to use a lot of water to keep the feathers out. So I watched a video that Dale from 9 Acre Farms had put up and had showed it, and Jesse showed it on a live one night. We were all together watching, and I'm going to make a plucker like the guy made like that, because you don't have to use water for it. You just dunk the bird, and then you grab hold of the legs, and you turn the leg. You actually hang on to the bird the whole time that you're plucking it, and it plucked pretty easy. And I thought, you know what, I can do that. But with us, if we do that, something like that with water, within the third or fourth bird, we're going to have a puddle here.
We're standing.
We're standing in mud all day long, and I do. I try not to go out and track up mud, because when it dries out, it becomes ruts, and it becomes just a place for more water to stand later.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, we can try this without the water, and I could do that. I think I can do that. So I'm going to build one of those, and that I can build that pretty easy.
Oh, well, hey, anything to make it easier,
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's great. Let's see. I wanted to ask you about your woodworking, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do something very similar that my son-in-law, Sir Grace, does.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 25 years.
You did it.
Now, I haven't done it. I just started here in Missouri, but I did it in San Diego a lot. And I made a bunch, and I had a garage there, and I just walked out of the kitchen into the garage, and I'd go out there and make a pin in the evening. To me, it was therapeutic for me to get to do it from the job I had, and so I would go out and do that in the evening. So, and turn bowls, whatever. I got a bowl here on the floor that I turned.
Show us your bowl.
It was done when wood was green. And this is the bowl I did. It's got a live edge on it, both sides.
Beautiful.
And
that is gorgeous. Yes.
I did this when it was green, and it when it dried, it's got a warp to it. I don't know if you can see that or not.
I can see it. It's cool. Anyways,
that's what I did back, way back when. And when we moved here, we didn't have a shop. Matter of fact, we bought the property with just raw property, nothing on it. and it had a pump on it, and they had these 3 tunnels that we call them tunnels out in front. They used to be the kilns for the block, and that was basically all it was. But they leak like a sieve. I mean, you know, it rains and it drips inside there. So you couldn't keep very much stuff in there. So I kept my lathe because I actually have a shopsmith. I don't know if you're familiar with shopsmith, but there's seven tools in one. And you know, you can make a drill press out of it. You can make a table saw, a bandsaw, or whatever out of it. So I had that, and I kept it in our cargo trailer, so I would stay out of the rain and dry and stuff.
Yeah.
And we recently acquired a what do you call it? Outhouse? Not a building. It's a building that's 14 by 24, and we turned that into my shop. So I put my vacuum system in there, and I put the hot belly stove in there, and I moved all my tools in there.
Oh, way cool.
I go out there and I fire up the stove, and hopefully it helps take off the coolness inside, because I've not got it insulated yet. So
yeah.
Anyways, you know, that's why I started doing this, going back and doing this stuff. But I've always done something though. I do stained glass.
Oh,
I used to make stained glass windows and stuff. I've got all the stuff for that. I used to, when I was, you know, a teenager, I used to do oil painting. So so I've always been into some kind of art type stuff.
Wow. Now that is very neat. That's very, I mean, kind of, you're artsy, which is way cool. So
it's a stress reliever to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's wonderful therapy and beautiful products too for Sir Grace. It gives him, I think he enjoys doing that. And then, you know, it's just, everybody has to have something to do. Everybody needs a hobby or a sport or something that you're passionate about. And, you know, because it's good for you. It's good to have something good to think about during the day. And that's why I know when Dave retires, he's got so many fires and, you know, what irons in the fire, so he'll be okay. But you have to have a hobby or something to do when you retire.
Right.
And having a farm, that's like way beyond a hobby. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
And it's a lot of hard work.
Susan and I, when we bought the place, I was going to raise horses. I was going to raise paint horses. But right after we closed the property, the horse market dropped out and went in the toilet.
Oh,
said, you know what? We're not going to raise horses because it would be a losing deal. So I said, we're not going to do the horses. So
do you both ride?
No.
I do. I used to. I haven't in a while now, but I used to ride more than I do. I haven't rode a couple of years now.
Wow. Well, you have to get that. You got a horse still?
We still have 2 horses, yes.
Oh, you have to get out there and get on them. We'd love to see some videos of that.
I don't know if that's going to happen because my stud horse isn't completely broke yet.
Oh, okay.
and she's not going to let me jump up on that stud horse and get thrown. That's my knee up again. So
right.
Talked about knee. How's your sister's knee?
Well, that's why she's not here today. She's in the chat, or she was in the chat. I can't really watch it too well, but it's tough. She's having some pain, and she's more or less got to hang in there till next Tuesday, and where she sees her doctor again. So they told her everything's normal. It's just what she's having as part of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, been there, done that, and I know what the pain's like. I don't know if she's taking the painkillers and stuff, but I toughed it out without it. I tried not to take what was that one they gave me? The first one?
It's a very strong.
It's a strong one, and it made me feel really bizarre. So I stopped taking it, and I took this other one that's got mostly Tylenol.
Yeah.
And,
she's got him.
I still have tightness in my knee. If I sit down for too long, and when I get up, I have to have problems walking a little bit. But they keep telling me that's all normal. That it takes a year or so before it goes to normal.
He impatient. He wants normal today.
Yeah, I'm a very impatient person. I don't want to
Lynn's
wait. I
that
want to get it done.
Lynn's that way too. She, but she'll be okay. She has a compression machine on her leg, so it's squeezing, that incision, and that's what's hurting so bad.
Mm.
So
Yes, I didn't
hopefully,
have that.
yeah.
I didn't have it. Lisa from the Lazy Days, she had her knees done. She had a machine that made her bend it and straighten it, bend it and straighten. I didn't have all that stuff. That I guess the VA doesn't go in for those things, or I don't know. I had a orthopedic surgeon, and he didn't say anything about those things. I just had my leg up for a couple of days, and then he said, "Get up and walk."
Oh my, yeah, they get you up. That's now,
Well, as soon as possible.
yeah. Lynn is a vet, but she had hers that community care center out. So she went to another hospital, very good hospital, and she's going to be okay. But I talked to her this morning. She goes, "I am so sorry." And I said, "Hey, you can't help it. It's just, we shall carry on. We will be just fine." But I wrote down Freedom Bird, Brenda, and I know that was a 2024 meetup. You had that. That happened.
She stopped by our house on her way home from Jan. Well, she actually she's doing a touring of different places of where she might want to live. And so her route was going by our place. So she stopped by. It was a really cold day. She didn't stay too long, but she got to see the tour and we got to talk. And of course, we had just seen her the previous Saturday. So, but she was our first visitor for the year.
Right.
That is wonderful. And before we go on any further, we forgot to clink in. We always clink in or say, welcome everybody to the show with your coffee or water or whatever. What do you all got this morning there, you two?
My coffee's almost gone. I'm allowed one cup a day.
1 cup a day?
Actually, half a cup. I don't even drink the full cup. I drink a half a cup of coffee a day.
Well, have you got
I'm not
something
a big coffee drinker.
have you got something there to snack on?
Nope. No, we didn't bring snacks. We just, matter of fact, since we're running late, I was going to run out the shop and start the fireplace, so I could start getting warmed up because I thought we were an hour behind because I saw 10 o'clock and I don't know. I wasn't thinking about Eastern time. Yeah, I was just thinking 10 o'clock our time. So I was telling her we're getting ready at 9 o'clock, and I said we got to get ready. And we were going to set this up, our camera up in the living room, and so then the phone rings and Jesse says, she's waiting. And I said, what? And I said, it's 10 o'clock. He says, you must have got the wrong time zone. I'm like, oh man. So we just threw it on. So
that's okay. Well, if you don't mind, we are gonna have our little snack time because I know everybody in the chat's waiting for it. And Lynn's probably going, I want to eat. So just bear with me here. So I did bring a snack today. I brought a healthy snack, just some cherry tomatoes. I'm trying not to eat junk in between the meals, and it's tough. Yesterday I did go to the gym and walked on the treadmill for a while. Awful. I'm sure you guys get a lot of energy. I mean, a lot of walking in, and you're busy all the time. You have to be on the go.
Susan went out this morning. I went out to check on the animals, and she broke ice. And she does a feeding in the morning. Which she has a circuit, and so she gets up. And she gets up like at 6 o'clock and starts her day, has a cup of coffee. Then she gets dressed and she goes to her circuit. I don't get up till 8. I figured I used to get up early and go to work. I'm not getting up early when I'm retired. So. But she gets up early, she goes out and does a circuit and walks around, breaks ice, like this morning being cold enough, breaks ice for the horses, breaks ice for the donkeys, breaks ice for the goats, and then remove it. Then by the time I get up, usually we go out and break ice for the cows if the cows need it. And that's one thing we need to do after this. We have to go break ice for the cows.
Oh, so that's your circuit, going around and taking care of all the animals. Now, I'm sure you got to feed the dogs. You got to feed the dogs, and
dogs already been fed this morning.
So
right now.
The dogs are taking their siestas now.
Well, you are very, very busy. And
I enjoy it too.
And when we bought,
yeah.
we were in San Diego. We talked about before we bought the property that we wanted when we retired. We don't really want to retire in San Diego, so we wanted to. Our belief is you stay busy, you stay young,
Yes.
you know, and
Healthy.
and so that's why another reason why we bought the property, because we wanted to do stuff, you know. And I mean, I've got we have over the 75 acres, so I get like 7 deer tags a year and a bunch of turkey tags, which I don't have turkeys here, but I have not shot a deer off the place yet. I mean, I've seen lots of them, and but I have morals, I guess you call it. I don't do things like I don't.
If you're going to shoot it, you're going to eat it, right?
Right. We don't shoot anything we're not going to eat, you know.
Exactly.
And but last year I had a really nice 8-point buck come in that was on the other side of the fence, and I thought, well, if he comes on our property, I mean, he was only like 200 yards away, and I said, he comes on our property, I'll take a shot, you know. And he never came on our property, so I didn't take a shot. Well, my neighbor, I talked to my neighbor, and he said, well, why didn't you shoot it? I said, because he was on your side of the fence. He said, you see it, shoot it, and then go get it. And I'm like, well, I didn't know, I didn't have permission. And I'm not one to do something and ask for forgiveness. I always have permission first. So now that I have permission, if I see one that I'd like to shoot, I'll shoot it and go get it. But so I didn't shoot one last year. I had a prime opportunity to get one. I didn't do it. Oh,
goodness.
And I don't know. I've got one on my game camera this year that's about a 16 point. And I don't know if it's the same one from last year but this guy's got a big rack on him. And I got several pictures of my game cameras of him.
Oh, fabulous.
So,
that's
and our season will be over in 5 days. Our bow season. So
well,
I don't know if I'll go out and hunt him or not, because I'm not, I don't want to go. It's not a tree stand. I call it a tree house. It's a 6x6x6 building up on legs.
Yeah, on stilts.
But it's cold in there. And,
yeah.
You have to turn the heater on inside there, and it takes a little while. Not really that long, but it warms up. Once it gets warmed up, you start taking clothes off, and then you turn off the heater. It gets cold really quick again. So,
And you're waiting, and you just could be there for hours and hours before, he comes over there. But, well, my goodness. Well, we are so glad that you came on the show with us today.
We're honored to be here.
Oh, we are so happy to have both of you here, and we have to have you back when Lynn is back with me, and see what's happening with you all then, and the next time we catch up with you. But we really appreciate this community of homesteaders and farmers, and everybody that's in our chat today. Major, we are so glad that you're back. Did you see my little? It's one of our loyal subscribers and YouTube buddy, the Major. We have missed him, and he made it today. So we're real happy that you're here today. And as we are with everyone, have you seen all the people that are here today?
Well, I'm only on StreamYard. I didn't get a chance to bring it up on YouTube.
Oh, I tell you.
So I just really clicked in. And I was in the chance to find it on YouTube, bring it up on YouTube. So I don't really know how many people are in there.
Well, right now there's 15. And I do want to say also hello to Conquest Josh. He is one of our favorites. Well, everybody's favorites, but he's special to us. And Josh is. And Scott, you are too, brother. So we have Pete and Jay's Homestead Adventure channel, and we have Canadian Life, and we have Grace and Fire, and we have Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, the Mod Father, and we have Scotty Too Hottie, and Grow Big TV, and
that's Joe.
Yeah, Grow Big TV, and we also have Kimberly, Jill. I know I'm going to do this wrong. Gila, Jilla, and we have Beverly Moffitt, who's here today. And let me go down here. There's several. Lynn was in here.
That's just posted a thing.
Yeah, and the major, he is in London, England. That's where the major's at. And I know there are more of you out there. And I apologize. Oh, wait a minute. There's Jamie's Country Living, Leonard Mountain Homestead. So these are the wonderful channels here. Jamie's Country Living. Let's see who else. I don't want to miss anybody. If I've missed you, you need to speak up in the chat. But so what is your rest of your day going to look like? What's happening? What are you going to be doing next?
I got episode 6 to make of the As the Bull Turns to do. And I'm going to do probably a couple more pins for the cruise. I got 2 out of this. I'm shooting right now for 75 pins.
Oh my goodness.
I got 2 out of the 75 done. So keep turning a couple more. I got 590 some odd days left, so I got plenty of time.
Yeah.
I'm having the surgery on Friday for hernia surgery on Friday.
Oh.
So hopefully this time they'll fix all the hernias. I don't have to do it again.
Oh, well, we'll be thinking about you.
It's going to be interesting because they're doing it robotically. So
I had a robotic surgery, and the idea of it kind of scared me, but it was, it's amazing what they can do now. So you just have to kind of go with it.
It's not the robotic that makes me nervous. The doctor makes me nervous. He's younger than my youngest son.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that. There's that too, is when you get, when we get older and the doctors get younger. But there's a good way to look at that, though. At least they'll be around as long as you need them.
Yeah, that's true.
as long as they stay in good health, they'll be there, because
he's a surgeon, so he specializes in what he puts as gut health. So he's they're going to put a mesh in, so because I've got several holes in my, I guess you call it my diaphragm or the
yes,
what do you call it? Anyways, there's several holes in it. So he said, well, we're going to put a mesh in so you don't have to do this again. And I said, okay, great. He said, no problem is you can't pick up in more than 6 to 8 pounds for the next 6 weeks.
Right.
So my wife, Susan says, so that means he can't pick any more than a gallon of milk up, because correct.
That's right.
So,
I think a gallon of milk's about 8 pounds.
Yeah, that's about what I can pick up. So that means I won't be able to do some of the stuff I normally do. I'm going to have somebody else help me do it.
Yes, do not. I mean, oh boy, it was a gut issue, but it's in that area. But yeah, and I was told, do not. And really, they told me don't ever again. So, but anyhow, but yeah, that robot surgery, they're just like on a little joystick over in all these different, one's a cutter and one's a, suction, and one, all them, they do different things, but you will have we believe that you will have a successful surgery.
I'm not really too worried about that surgery. I just, get it done, because I'm getting tired of keep pushing it back in. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. I can't even imagine that. Yeah. Oh, we have Knots for Nothing Homestead just joined us. Yeah, Not for Nothing. Well, and I want to let everybody know who's going to be our guest next week. It is going to be Jesse and Lisa.
Now, are they going to be in Oregon when they're doing that? Because I don't know. I know they're going right after they leave. Jesse's up in Gallup, New Mexico for court for 2 days. The law finally caught up with him. No, he's going there as a witness. He's going there as a witness. And
that's still kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah. But then he said he was going right to Oregon after that. So I guess he's going to be he'll be in Oregon when he does that.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Well, he didn't say, hey, Jesse, where are you going to be next week? Will we be on location in an undisclosed place?
Hiding.
Hiding, yeah. They finally caught you. But next week, it'll be Jesse and Lisa. And after that, guess who's going to be our guest? It's going to be Not For Nothing Homestead. Ginger is going to be with us. And Glinda from Grace and Fire.
Awesome.
Yes. And we have, I'll tell you what, on the 31st, P and J's Homestead will be with us. And then when we go into February, do you know my February? Okay. On the 7th of February, we're going to have Brampton Gardner. Rochelle's going to be with us. And then on the 14th is going to be Scotty from Scott. I should say Scotty, but Scott, my internet son, Scott, Rambling with the Brooms will be with us. And maybe Mrs. Broom will be with us. And the 20th. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? We're hoping, fingers crossed, that she'll join us. On the 21st of February, Dee in the Homestead will be here.
Right.
And on the 28th, we're going to have CB from Hooga Homestead. And that's where our lineup is right now. So the next one will be March. So we are looking for volunteers like you guys to come on our show.
I like to say thank you to Glenda for she contributed to the box fund, and I got it last night. I appreciate it, and it wasn't necessary, but I appreciate any kind of help I can get. So I could show the boxes a box if you want. That's going to be used.
Tell us about it. Yeah, tell us about it.
Jesse did this. I ordered the boxes and from the place I get my pen supplies from, and I had them send to Jesse. And Jesse had a logo that he came up with, or him and Scott came up with, I guess. And this is the box. Let's see right here. This is the box that he came up with, the logo of the box.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And it came out really good on the white box.
Yeah.
And he turned it over and he put this on there.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So you
and it's a 1-pin box.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna give a pin to every not every person, every room is gonna get 1 pin. And I am doing a few extras for the people who are bunking up that aren't they're friends, but they're not, they're not living. We call it. I don't know how to say it. They're not partners, but they're friends that are just splitting the room together. Right. I'm going to have extra for them, so they're not, that one of them is not going to get paid, the other one's not. I'm going to be sure that everybody who's, who's going on the cruise that I don't know how to say it though.
It's 1 pin per swag bag when
right.
it's a couple or a family. But if there's 2 people sharing a room, like Cora Phillips is sharing. Cora
Phillips is sharing a room with somebody.
2 pins.
I think she's sharing with
so
they'll
get their own pin.
Yes.
Yeah, so they'll get their own.
There'll be 2 pins for them.
Yeah.
So you okay, so what can I type on a little banner to put at the bottom where people can help you?
Well, my PayPal account.
Okay.
If maybe what's that? It contribute. Let me get it pulled back up here because I don't have my page up.
Oh, I do. So let me. Oh yes, I've got it right here.
Yeah.
So let me.
And there's a card that's going to be in each box, and so we're putting on that card where the donation came
for the box.
So there's an acknowledgement with the pen.
Right.
For the receiver, as well as us thanking them publicly, I guess.
They're pen boxes, right?
Right. So anyways, I wanted to thank her because I know she sent it to Lisa and then Lisa sent it to me, but I want to tell her thank you.
Oh, let's see. It didn't. I copied your link, but it didn't do it right. So it's BUFAFA.
FA. Yep. That's it.
It's PayPal. Let's see. I guess I'll have to go back and type it in. PayPal me. Let's see. Dot. Let's see. But we'll get that up there because there could be those that would just love to help you.
We appreciate that very much, Ann. Thank you.
You're welcome. BUFAFA. Let's see. BUF. My memory. AFA. There we go. AFA. Now, let's see how that looks. See if I did it right.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, great. So, you're welcome. So,
And I said, everybody who donates, they're going to get credit on a box because I have these handmade cards, and I'm writing that I made the pen and what the wood is, and then whoever contributed the box, we're putting a thing in there saying that the box was made available by so and so.
So okay. So how much is a box?
After shipping and everything, is about $10 a box.
About $10. So if you could donate $10, that would do a box.
That'd be awesome.
Very much appreciate.
And when I get enough money together, I'll send Jesse another 25 boxes. He did 25 for me. I started off with. So that I was worried for a while because I kept wanting to order these boxes like last year, and the company I ordered from said they're out of stock. I said, well, I want to be on the list. So I finally got tired of it and called them and said, hey, look, I need about 100 boxes. And they go, what? And I said, I need about 100 boxes. They go, I said, what's wrong? You guys don't order that many at a time? Well, that's not all we order at a time. I said, well, I'm not going to be able to buy all 100 at one time because I just don't have $1,000 to buy at one time. And I tried to get them to donate or cut the price down for me, but it didn't work. That didn't work. So, they didn't offer. They just said, well, we'll see what we can do. The next thing I know, I get an email saying, we've got your boxes in stock. I went like, really? I mean, it was just 2 days ago. How come you took this? You can get them so fast in 2 days when I call you, but 4 months ahead, you could never have them in stock, so.
They probably.
I hope it was coincidental.
Yeah, well, they may have retrieved them from someplace else. What I mean?
I don't know, but anyway, so we got them, and I wanted to use the maple box versus the red box I have, which is this is the red. It's a redwood box that I have. I've had for years. That I had our logo put on it.
Oh yeah, that's very pretty. Open it up. Can we see what they look like? Open.
This is a double pen box.
Okay.
This is a pen and pencil set box.
Very nice.
The single pin just has one in the middle.
Okay.
But I didn't think the red box would be. I mean, they had plenty of the red boxes, but they said, well, we got lots of those. I said, that's not what I want. I don't want the red box. I want the white box. I knew that the Cruise logo would show up better. That Jesse lasers it in. It'd show up a lot better than the darker box would.
Yeah.
And so I had him set to Jesse, and he worked it. He worked them out really quick because I didn't expect him to do them as fast as he did them. So he said it got down where he could do a complete box front and back in 6 minutes.
Wow.
So he worked it out where he was sitting there one day and he was just he turned around, put a box, and turn around, talk a couple minutes around, put a box in, going back and forth. So he whipped it out real fast, and he did a real nice job on them.
Wow.
Really good.
Well, if anyone is able and would like to donate right there to buy the boxes, the pen boxes to Jerry, there's his PayPal. And I would think as individuals that send them, you might want to say, hey, I'm so-and-so of whatever channel. You know what I mean? And I know that Jerry will keep that. You'll keep that to yourself.
I got a book. I keep a record of all this stuff. So, You know, not and Randy from it used to be Missouri Outlaw Randy, which is now R.E. Smith Randy. He donated $20 or so the first 2 boxes they did has his name on them.
Wonderful.
On the card. So you know, everybody knows that you know that so and so, whoever it is, helped with the process of the box.
Right. Well, that is wonderful. And so everybody, you know, if you're able and would like to help, and this is for tell everybody about the trip.
It's for the cruise in August of 2025 to Alaska, the Alaska cruise.
Yeah.
And Scott and Jesse, in fact, Jesse, I put it up here once about the cruise, but Scott and Jesse are the main coordinators of it. And they you know, they were going to go on the cruise, and they mentioned to me, I said, that'd be cool. I'd like to do that. I said, you know, because Susan and I have never been on a honeymoon, because when we got married, she had her previous kids from before. And so they were back and forth, so we didn't get a chance to go on a honeymoon. So this is going to be, and it's actually going to be in our 41st year, but this year here is our 40th year wedding anniversary. And so we're going to do a giveaway in July for that. And so I told her, I said, well, why don't we do this cruise for our you know, a wedding anniversary versus a honeymoon, as you know, be a once in a lifetime cruise. And she went, still okay, let's do it. So we signed up, and unfortunately we were the 5th person to sign up after Jesse and Scott did, and a few other people got ahead of us because I wanted to be on the 3rd, but it's all right, you know. We got in there. We're the top 10 that are getting in.
It's a 7-day cruise leaving from Seattle.
From Seattle.
From Seattle, and they're working on a train trip.
Yeah, we're on a train trip up there and Quechuan,
I guess. Anyway, and then there's another 1 or 2 ports of call, but it should be a really fun trip. It's in August, and there's still plenty of time to sign up. You just need to
be sure that Jesse posted right there. Be sure you call Terry.
Norwegian Cruise Line.
Well, don't call the 800 number. Call that contact number right there, because that number is an important number. If you call Norwegian itself and sign up, you will not get in the deal that we have.
They've worked a really good deal.
They worked out a real good deal. Veterans get an extra 10% off. There's the cruise itself has 15% off, because Scott and Jesse worked it out where they get 15% off. Then a veteran gets an extra 10% off. And you have 470 some odd days, I think it is. 470 days, I think, before it has to be paid. But you have to put your down payment on and get locked in. So
yeah, it's going to be I know it will be a fabulous trip. And you know,
forward to it. I'm looking very much forward to it.
It's going to be great. And so, we want to be sure that we mention that today too. So, well, you guys, I think we've come to the end of the show for today, but I would sure love to have you guys back when Lynn is here. Can we have you back sometime?
Sure,
absolutely.
Great. Well, wonderful. Well, we want to say thank you to you so much, to both of you, Susan and Jerry. And we want everybody, if you have not already subscribed to their channel, be sure to go over and do it. Subscribe to Butler Family Farm. And there's just lots of information. You know, one thing, Lynn and we have found out that we can learn all different kinds of things. I'm not a homesteader, but I can learn from your channel how to do something, or like the chicken video, it brought me back really a fond memory of when I was a kid. So, I mean, you can connect with all these different channels on so many different levels, and you can also learn something brand new that you didn't know about. And,
we try to keep our channel with all kinds of different stuff going on. So we try to show what we're doing on the farm and what we're doing in our daily lives. So And that's
Yeah.
basically what it is. It represents our daily life, things we do.
Right. And as do a lot of these other channels also. And it's fun to connect with people from all over the country. There's a lot of yucky stuff on right now. Well, it's just great to be in this channel and in this community because we just want to push each other up, lift each other up, and think on good things. There's a lot of good people in this world. And I mean, right here are two of them. And we are so thankful that we got to meet you all and looking forward to having you back on.
All right.
And
Thank you, Ann.
oh, you're welcome. And so I'm going to granny kiss you out. Mwah. I'm a great grandma now. So double. Yeah. Yeah. Glenda's made me a great grandma. So her son. So anyhow,
That's
but we'll let you go for now, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time and seeing what happens next with all of your animals there on the farm. So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, you guys. Wasn't that great? That was a lot of fun. I'm so sorry Lynn wasn't here. I know she's still watching and listening, but we'll have you two back, Jerry and Susan, when Lynn is feeling, no, I said Linda. Well, Lynn is feeling better and up and at 'em. So until next time, now, don't forget about the PayPal that you can send $10, maybe $20, and that will buy a box for one of these wonderful channels that their pen will fit in. It would be a good thing to donate to. Next week, the Mod Father and Lisa will be here with us, right? Wherever they're at in the world, if they're at an undisclosed location or maybe home, we don't know where they're going to be. But make sure that you're here next week at 10 a.m. Eastern for an all-new show with the God, well, we call him the Mod Father, right? Jesse and Lisa from Lazy Days Ahead. And we will see you next time. I'm going to granny kiss you out. Mwah. Mwah. Bye. Excuse me. Bye now, everybody. Have a great day.